video about traveling with a baby because I recently did a decent amount of traveling with Savannah. As you guys know, I'm from Chicago, so my whole family is still in Chicago. So I that's where she got baptized. So we flew for the first time with her from LA to Chicago when she was about 4 months. And then I just got back a few days ago again from Chicago. So she's 6 months and has been on a plane 4 times already. So I'd like to think I kind of know what I'm doing. So I just wanted to share my tips and tricks with you guys if you guys are planning on traveling with a baby. So first things first, what really helped me is having an escort. So I flew by myself the majority of the time. I flew with my husband once to Chicago, and then he flew back separately for work, and I stayed longer in Chicago with Savannah. So I flew by myself with Savannah the majority of the time. And you can have an escort escort you out to the gate. It's just up to the ticket person's up to their discretion. So I had my mom escort me, and you just go up to where you check in your bag and you say I'd like to have an escort. And I just said I'm flying with a baby, so and typically you don't really have to explain yourself if you ask for an escort. Most of the time, I've never had an incident where they said no. Typically they get it and they'll let you have your escort help you out. And if for whatever reason they don't let you have an escort out to the gate, then you can always request an employee to help you. Those people that like push the people in the wheelchairs if you're carrying a bunch of things, and you can't carry it all by yourself, because that's the one thing that really gets difficult, is not necessarily just the baby, but also like carrying everything. So if you have a bunch of stuff to carry, you can always ask an employee to help you out. But if you can have an escort, they can help you out to the gate. That is super helpful. And then a little tip that I didn't know until I started traveling with Savannah was strollers and car seats. Should you bring one, and you check them in, they're free. They legally cannot charge you because it's the law to have a car seat. So they can't, if a person's like, well, fine, then I just won't bring my car seat because I don't want to pay the $25. Well, you can't, because it's legally you have to have a car seat. So that's why they can't charge you. Also, you guys probably know this, but like breast milk, formula, baby food, you are allowed to bring through security. They legally cannot tell you not to, have those liquids. So what I do, I give Savannah Evian or Fiji water with her formula. So I always travel with a big bottle of Evian or Fiji. And they can't do anything about it. They just ask, is this for the formula or is this for the baby? And then you just say yes. And what really helped me, the first time we traveled with a car seat and a stroller. If you are traveling to like grandma and grandpa's house, I would suggest having grandma and grandpa buy their own stroller and car seat for their house, so that way you don't have to travel with it. Because, for example, we went with ours the first time, and then when we got it back, the stroller broke. There was a piece missing because they just throw that stuff, and there's nothing you could do about it. So we had to buy a whole new piece. So if you can travel without a stroller, it's better. Also, to me, it was easier having her in a carrier in the airport. So that way your hands are free, and then also, there's a lot going on in the airport, so Savannah felt, safer with me. When you go through security, if your baby's in the stroller, even if it's sleeping, you have to take the baby out, because you have to fold up the stroller and have it go through the scanner, or whatever the thing is, the x-ray. But if your baby's in your carrier, then you don't have to like take the baby out of the carrier, you just go right on through, and then they just have to swipe your hands, for like bomb stuff or whatever. So that's pretty easy. And then you typically, I know in LAX, there is a family line, and typically when they see that you're traveling with a baby, you just go to the priority line so you don't have to wait through security if there's a long line. Same with O'Hare. I'm pretty sure every airport, if they see that you're traveling with a baby, they let you go through the priority line. Getting on the plane. So you guys know how they board in like Group A, Group B, Group C, and then before all of that, they let families board first. What I like to do, I don't like to board first. I like to board last because if I board first with Savannah, then I'm sitting in a tiny seat in a cramped airplane and waiting and waiting and waiting until everybody boards. Oh my goodness. If I wait till the last minute to board, I can still walk around with her, in the space of the airport. So that I know a lot of families like to board first because they need the cabin space, to put all their stuff away, which is another reason the only thing I like to travel with is my baby and a diaper bag, and that's it. So if you don't need the overhead space, I would suggest boarding last, so that way your baby's already going to be sitting for a few hours on a flight. Why give them an extra 30 minutes of sitting in the seat confined? So I like to board last. The diaper bag. It is so important to have every single pocket in your diaper bag designated for something else. So, for example, I got a little, see this little pouch? I think one of her, a gift came in this, and I just saved it because I really liked it. So these are all her little, teething toys. So I like to keep this, I like to designate a pouch in my diaper bag for teething toys. And then another pouch for bibs. And then another pouch for extra clothes. So you know where everything is. So that way when, you're not wasting time while your baby's crying, you're not wasting time trying to find what you need. So everything is designated. I also have an extra pocket in my bag that's empty. So in case one of these suckers falls, and I don't have time to go and clean it, so I just put it in an empty pocket so I know that that's dirty. I'm not going to use that again. Organization in your diaper bag is key. When I sit on the plane, when I board the plane and get into my seat, I like to take everything out that I know that she's going to want to play with and put it in the little front pocket of the seat. So that way, I don't have to reach down and dig through my diaper bag. I just have everything at arm's reach. Also, pacifiers, anything small, your debit card if you want to buy something on the plane. I keep it in my bra because it's just boom, boom. It's just really easy to keep things in there, and it's literally within arm's reach. Another thing that's really important is have your levy, those tiny, I don't have one with me right now, but those little tiny blankets, like a security blanket. So if they do fall asleep in the carrier, you just put the levy kind of over their face so the bright lights and all the loudness of an airplane does not bother them. Wear comfortable shoes. The first time I traveled, I wore those wedge sneakers, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look like such a hot mom with my wedge sneakers. It looks like I'm casual and not trying hard, but I still look good. No, because I spent the whole flight up on my feet bouncing Savannah. So I would suggest wearing sneakers. Be comfortable. Have your hair up. For whatever reason, all the flights that I've been taking recently have been so hot on the plane. Even Savannah's sweating. The air is going, but it's just freaking hot. So keep your hair up. Still put makeup on and still look cute, but keep your hair up. Gym shoes. Another thing I think this is the most important thing to keep in mind is we're all in it together. Make friends with the flight attendants. Make friends with the other parents on the flight. There's always going to be other parents on the flight with their babies. Make friends with them. Ask how old their babies are. For example, the first time I flew, or when I was flying with Savannah this last time, our flight got delayed, so we were waiting and waiting and waiting. And this other mom comes up to me because I was making Savannah her formula and shaking it, making it. And then this other mom comes up to me. She's like, I can't find my formula. I know this is weird, but can I borrow some of yours? So naturally, of course, I'm going to help another mom out. And luckily, I packed extra bottles in my bag with powder, or with formula. So I gave it to that mom. And then if you are traveling with formula, what I like to do is I like to pre-make the bottles already. So I usually fly, if I'm going to Chicago, I fly with 3 bottles, and I usually put however formula I need in the bottle. So all I have to do is just put the water in, shake it. So I don't travel with the can. Do you know what I'm saying? I just already pre-make the bottles, and then if you want to warm it up, another mom taught me, if you go to Starbucks, you ask for a tall hot water filled halfway, and you put your water bottle in it. It's the perfect amount so the hot water won't overflow. So a tall, um, filled halfway with hot water. That'll warm up your bottle. Another piece of information that I learned along the way. Um, this last time that I flew, flying from Chicago to LA, it was the best flight I've ever had in Savannah. And here is why. There's a bunch of families traveling with their babies. And I'm naturally a friendly person, and I always like to talk to the other moms and parents, and talk with the kids, and have Savannah play with them. And so I was making friends with them, and then this other mom comes up to me, and she's like kind of frazzled, and she has a 2-year-old, and she's like, "Do you have an extra diaper, or do you know if there's any other babies around 2 years old on the plane that have extra diapers? I've just used my last one." And because I talked to another mom, I know that there's a 15-month-old on the airplane. I was like, "Oh, there's another mom over there. She has a 15-month-old. Great." So that lady went over there, borrowed a diaper. And then when I was bouncing Savannah to sleep, where the bathrooms are, because there's more space on the plane where the bathrooms are, um, this other mom is waiting in line with her 5-year-old. And she was, admiring Savannah, like, "Oh, I remember when my kiddos were her age. They're so cute, blah, blah, blah." And so I was like, "Great. You want to hold her while I go pee?" Listen, I am not above asking a stranger to hold my baby to help me out for a few minutes. And obviously, trust your own judgment and your instincts on this one. But, we're on a plane, and it was another mom traveling with her 2 younger daughters. And so, like, I knew it was going to be fine. And she was more than happy to hold Savannah. And so I gave Savannah to her. I peed in peace, and it was wonderful. And then she's like, "I'm traveling with my husband, my parents, and my 2 babies. So if you need anything, you come to me. If you need to go to the bathroom again, if your baby's crying, just come to me. I've done this so many times." And I was like, "Yes, of course." Um, and then I was again bouncing Savannah to sleep, and then there was a dad flying with his 3-month-old, and he was from Australia, and this was one of his first flights flying with his baby. And he seemed very nervous, he was very sweaty, very frazzled, and he needed to go change his baby's diaper. And so he's, going inside the bathroom, and he's like freaking out. He's like, I can't find why do you guys not, why does Virgin not have, a table to change diapers? How is this possible? How is this legal? And he starts freaking out. And I told him to calm down. I go inside the bathroom, and I find it on the wall, and I pull it down for him. Thank you so much. So it's all about working together, and just helping each other out. That's, you can apply that to every situation in life. But it was the easiest, smoothest flight, because you just saw everyone working together, kids playing together, and like there was another dad walking his 1-year-old up and down the aisle because she just wanted to exhaust her energy. She didn't want to sit in her seat. And I was like, "Do you want to play with some of Savannah's toys?" And she was like, "Yes," because these are toys that she hasn't seen before. So obviously when I got them back, I washed them and rinsed them and all that stuff. But just be nice to one another and help each other out. So my biggest suggestions are, if you can, have an escort. If you're flying by yourself, have an escort help you out to the gate. Make friends, seek out the other parents, and make friends with them, because you'll help them out, they'll help you out. Make friends with the flight attendants. If you need a bottle of, I was holding Savannah, and I was like, "Can I have a bottle of water?" And she opened it up for me, and she gave it to me and threw the cap away, because she knows, as a mom, your hands are full, you don't have time to twist off a cap. So she did it for me. So that was really nice. I'm trying to think of anything else. Keep your diaper bag really organized. Be prepared with a bunch of toys. Keep them out. Keep them right in front of you. Keep everything within arm's reach, in your bra, in your pocket. And I think that's it. I think those are like my tips for traveling. I hope this helped you. Carrier is really important. Comfortable shoes. being comfortable. And if your baby starts to cry, it starts to cry. People will deal with it. I was listening to my friend's podcast. I'm going to give a shout out. Her name is Katie, and she has a really great podcast called The Enthusiasm Enthusiast. It's free. You can download it on your podcast app on your iPhone. But she mentioned one of her podcasts saying, when you're pregnant, you feel like it's your birthday every day. People are so nice to you. You feel so special. People love to help you out. And then as soon as you have your kid, people are like, oh my God, will you get that baby to stop crying? They just get so mad that you have this baby. Not all people, obviously, but I'm sure you've come across those people that just are so aggravated with a baby that's crying or not happy or acting out. And it's just funny how all of a sudden it just flips. So to those people, if you ever come across those people, just brush it off. Those people are rude and have no idea what you're going through. And I bet you those people don't have babies, because they would not be that mean to a person with a baby or a kid. So anyway, this video is 15 minutes long, so I'm going to cut it. I think I'm going to end it here, but yeah, that's it. So good luck, have safe travels with your beautiful little babies, and thanks for watching. And I think my next video will be something that has to do with hair and makeup. So I like to switch it off. First, I like to do one with hair and makeup, beauty, and then I do another mom one, and then I switch it up. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.
Baby girl, don't cry, just close your pretty eyes. Mama's gonna sing